Hi there, my name is Jonathan Baumgart. I'm the CEO of Atomiq Consulting. In today's video, I want to discuss launching a prop firm in 2025. So let's get started. Great, well thanks for checking out my video. Now, I did make a video last year. If you watched last year's video, please fast forward or scroll ahead to the end of this video where I discuss the changes. Otherwise, if this is the first time watching, I'm going to cover all the aspects of launching a prop firm with you. We're going to discuss the tools or what's needed to launch the prop firm, the costs, the timelines, and then go over the key takeaways. So as a starting point, what I want to discuss are the components or the tools that you'll need to launch a prop firm. So let's begin with that. So if you want to launch your own prop firm in 2025, the best place we can start is technology. Now you have two choices essentially. You can go with MetaTrader or you can choose our technology or those of a competitor. I lump those in as two separate choices for reasons that you'll see in a moment. Now, if you want to go with MetaTrader, that is a bit of a longer process because you need to be financially licensed to get MetaTrader. If you do not have any kind of licensing or regulation, the MetaTrader is off the table for prop firms. Now, we can help you out with regulation. I will link to some videos on licensing. We can help you apply for a fresh license or help you acquire an existing company that we have on sale. Both options are available. So the MetaTrader happens to be a longer route. Keep in mind that MetaTrader will be substantially more expensive than running any other type of prop firm. I would recommend a budget of at least $10,000 per month if you want MetaTrader. If not, it's going to be less. Now we'll go more into the cost, but that's the main choice. Now we have our own technology. I think it's amazing. If you don't want MetaTrader, then check out ours. Our technology offers you everything you need to launch your prop firm. We have a front end, we have a back office, we have everything required. So the first step in starting a prop firm is deciding on the technology. You can check out ours, like I mentioned. Obviously, other firms offer this. We think we have the best in terms of the price and the value. The additional components that you'll need, not just the technology, of course, would be some type of company setup. Even if you don't get licensed, I mean, your company has to be based somewhere. You can't just say I'm in my basement or whatever. So you'll need to form a company. You'll also need banking and payments. The good news is, even if you operate unregulated, we'd be able to assist you with both. If you wanted something more sure, if you wanted to be certain that you will have solid payment options, then a license is a better option. And that's something that I'll cover a little later in the video. Here are just the highlights. You'll also need some staff members. You'll need someone to respond to client tickets, to answer questions. I think AI can help, but I don't think at this stage you can fully automate it. And personally, I think a human touch is what can help separate your prop firm from others. You'll also need marketing. I mean, you have to bring clients in, so you'll need to have some kind of marketing plan, and a business plan. You'll need to decide, how do you want to structure the prop firm? What kind of challenges do you want to offer? How are you going to do live trading? All these different features you'll need to consider beforehand. Now, I'm going very quickly. There's a few areas I'll cover shortly. This is just to give you a general idea. So to summarize, you'll need the trading system and all the software associated with it. You'll need some kind of company. You'll need banking and payments. You need a marketing team or some marketing plan to get the clients. You'll need support. You'll need someone there to answer the phones or to answer chats. Like I mentioned, I don't think AI can do it. And then you're going to require some kind of plan. I mean, you can take everything I mentioned, but if you don't have a plan, if you don't know exactly what you're looking to do, then how can you essentially run the prop firm? So now what I want to jump into next is costs. What are the realistic costs if you want to run a prop firm? So in terms of the costs, it's going to come down to MetaTrader or not. If you want MetaTrader, keep in mind your costs are significant. On a monthly basis, you're going to need at least $10,000. So if you're looking at this annually, that's pushing you over $100,000 just on the monthly costs. But bear in mind, you have to be licensed to get MetaTrader. Now, I have plenty of videos on licensing in different regions, but what I can mention here in this video is that the minimum that you should consider for any license is about $100,000. So realistically, the MetaTrader route is going to put you around, on an annual level, $200,000. Now, if you go with our technology, that's significantly less. We can actually cut that down, I would say, by more than 50%. If you don't get a license, which perhaps you want to consider when you're just starting off, if you just form an offshore company and get payments, then I think a realistic budget on a monthly basis could be as low as maybe $5,000 to $7,000 or so. Now, if you don't go the licensing route and you decide to go with our technology, then your costs are significantly lower. Now, personally, I think in the beginning stages, it's okay to operate just with a simple offshore setup in banking. From my perspective, it would be better to see if you can get some traction in the business. And if you do notice it, then it makes sense to get a license. This is a path that we've offered to many of our clients. If that's the case, then your costs go down significantly compared to MetaTrader. You definitely do not need $200,000. If you want very, very specific numbers, it's best to contact our team. But just to give you an idea, I think $10,000 per month is very realistic, but that will cover everything. If you want to go the MetaTrader route, that's $10,000 per month just for MetaTrader. Okay, now if you decide not to go to the MetaTrader route, your costs decrease significantly. It very much depends on what you want to do, but just as an example, if you decide also not to get a license, which is okay to start, actually, I encourage new companies not to initially get a license, to just start offshore. Our team can help with the formation and everything else. Then your costs are much less. It depends on a lot of factors, and that's why it's best to speak with us. But I think you could run the prop firm on a monthly basis for around $10,000 a month. Now, keep in mind, that is a very, very big estimate. That number can go up and down depending on marketing, staff, office, all of these things. At a minimum, though, that's what you should budget for, based on our experience and my perspective. But please don't hold me to that. All I can mention for the sake of this video is that if you don't get a license and if you don't get the MetaTrader route, it'll be much less. That I can say for certain. What are some of the costs that you need to consider? Well, marketing budget, you have to kind of decide what marketing is going to be, the support staff, where they're located, office rent, where your office is located, if you want to bring on a sales team, these are all variables. As mentioned, we can help put together a roadmap for you that will explain exactly how all of this works and really kind of break it down. For the purpose of this video, I'm just trying to provide some basic guidelines. So these are the considerations you want to take if you're deciding to launch a prop firm. And look, if you say, I have the idea, I have the motivation, but these costs are just too much for me, still contact us because we have different partnership options available. In my opinion, you can even start on a lower level. You would be at an affiliate type of level, meaning it's not so much your company per se, because a lot of the technology and other things you'll outsource. But if you have an idea, if you want to start even referring clients over, there's still an opportunity, and you definitely want to talk to us about it. Now, one thing I want to focus on here are just some of the cost-benefit analysis on licensing and MetaTrader. It's something I covered briefly, but I want to discuss a little more. So to help you more in launching your prop firm and deciding the route you want to take, I want to do a cost-benefit analysis first on MetaTrader versus not using MetaTrader, and then on licensing. So let's revisit what I mentioned. If you want to get MetaTrader, okay? So if you want to launch your prop firm with MetaTrader, you must be licensed. As mentioned, the costs there are quite a lot. So realistically, if you want to get a license, that's a budget of around $100,000. If you look at the MetaTrader annual fees, because at a minimum you need $10,000 a month for MetaTrader, you're pushing $200,000. Okay, so keep in mind, if you want the MetaTrader route, you need a significant budget. Just bear that in mind. If you go with our technology, that cuts down significantly. I know that MetaTrader is very popular. You may say, look, I'm willing to put in the money because I know I can get more traders. Just keep in mind, it's a quite high barrier to entry. And a lot of what I included doesn't factor in things like bridge technology, liquidity, pricing, all of that goes up. So bear that in mind. The other thing is licensing versus non-licensing, okay? So if you go the licensed route, but you take our tech, for example, the biggest advantages in licensing are that you'll be able to have solid banking. With any region that we offer, like Mauritius, Vanuatu, Seychelles, any of these jurisdictions will offer you local banking. That's a big plus. The non-licensed route, we can still assist with on payments, but they will not be of the same caliber and quality. And I think you should come to expect that. I mean, if you're not being licensed, if you're operating purely unregulated, you can't expect to get a solid bank account. It's just not how it works. Banks are very selective, and FX, prop trading, they fall into the same category, is considered very high risk. For that reason, you're not going to be able to get the greatest banking options if you don't have a license. However, it is more cost effective. So it's a trade-off. Do I put more money up front and get better banking, have better reputation because I'm regulated? Or do I start a bit lighter, meaning not regulated, and see how things go? These are the considerations that you should think about when you're launching your prop trading firm. But as mentioned, I think it's fine to start off unregulated and see how the business goes. So now I want to cover some of the key takeaways if you're looking to launch a prop trading firm. So in terms of the takeaways, a major decision is the technology. You have to decide, do I want to go the route of MetaTrader, or do I want to consider technology like we offer? The other one is your business plan. How do you want to launch the prop firm? You really need to figure this out. I mean, if you're not sure how to do things, we can guide you, but it would be really helpful for you to have a plan in terms of what you want to offer and where you want to offer it, what regions you want to target, what parts of the world do you want to target. Additional consideration are licensing. Do you want to operate with the license and pay more costs, have higher fees to start, or do you want to operate unregulated? These are all things to consider. Then as a final note, what is my overall goal for this prop firm? Do you want to be in the long term? Do you want to have this be a business that lasts 10 years, or are you looking for a quick exit? All of these things will help you determine how best to approach launching and starting the prop firm. So I hope that's helpful. And now I want to cover, for those who watched the previous video, what has changed. What are some of the trends and things I've noticed in 2025 compared to last year? So overall, if you probably have watched my previous video and this one, not too much in the overall structure has changed. Overall, there haven't been massive changes compared to last year, but I will highlight a few things. First, Dubai is one of the first jurisdictions to actually offer some kind of regulation for prop trading. That's an interesting development, and it's something that we didn't have last year. I actually have some more information on the Dubai prop trading license, and a video will shortly be coming out. So definitely reach out, contact us if you want to see that. I hope to post the video in this description, but I'm not sure if I'll have it in time. But once I do, visit back and you'll see. So regulation is slowly coming into play, and I view that as positive. But other than Dubai, I don't know of any other regions, at least notable ones, that offer prop trading regulation. Another theme I notice is a demand for futures trading, which is something new, and that's something that our technology can support. So if you want to offer futures trading to your clients, we can definitely support that with our technology. I do know that to do that in MetaTrader is a bit more of a challenge than it would be for our tech, so keep that in mind. Otherwise, I would say on the payments and the banking side, what has improved is we have a few more options now that prop trading has become more known and accepted by banks and payment providers. So if you wanted to go the unregulated route, then we can definitely assist you there, as we wouldn't have been able to when I recorded this video last year. So those are some of the major trends and changes that I've seen. And so I wanted to thank you for watching this video. And finally, I want to just close with, why you should partner with us. So why consider, my firm Atomiq Consulting for launching a prop firm? Well, I founded this firm 10 years ago. I have a background in foreign exchange and CFDs, which now translates into prop trading. I'm a trader myself. I have been in the financial services industry since 2005, so I have years of experience. Now, you'll see a lot of websites come and go, a lot of companies that don't produce videos like mine, that kind of hide behind stock images. I make these videos for the main reason is I want to be transparent. I want to put my name behind things. That's what you get when you decide to work with our team. We're very transparent. We're very upfront about what we can offer. Additionally, we can give you everything that you need if you want to launch the prop firm. We have our own tech. We have the knowledge on licensing and regulation. We can give you guidance from our experience working with other prop firms on what works, on what doesn't. We can help you along this path. Those are the biggest reasons to consider us. Not to mention, we have such a long track record with our software, with the licensing that we do and everything. As mentioned, I didn't found Atomiq Consulting last week. It's been 10 years. That's the advantage in deciding to work with us. So if you're interested in starting your prop firm, definitely contact us. You'll find in the description the ways to reach us. And if you like this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel. I'm always producing new content on regulatory changes, updates in the industry. Feel free to drop a comment if there's a video you'd like to see. We're always happy to create a video if time provides on a specific topic. If it's relevant, then most likely I'll do it as I have in the past. So wish to thank you for checking out this video today, and we hope to hear from you soon. Thanks. Bye.